Hello everyone. I am going to show you now how to use the web version of Minitab with linear regression, just some simple linear regression. I'm drawing a scatter plot, getting a correlation value, getting the linear regression equation. So I already opened up a file from a couple semesters ago, which is of the height and weight of students. So the height is in inches, weight is in pounds here. And we can see this class. There's 20 students in this sample. So I typically have about 36 students in a class. So I took a sample out of that 36 for 20. Okay, so my sample size is 20 here. Okay. So when we're looking at linear regression, we need to know which one is X and which one is Y. So one of them, the X, is the explanatory or the predictor variable, and the Y is what we call our response variable. Okay, so it's what's being predicted. So I want to know in this type of problem, can height predict someone's weight? So let's take a look here. We will go under graph, and right at the top, we'll see scatter plot. I'm going to choose simple here. And my Y variable will be weight, and the X variable will be height. And we can just click OK. And we will see our scatter plot for this sample of 20. There it is. Okay. Now I want to go ahead and take a look at the correlation value between these two variables and the equation. So to get the correlation value, I'm going under Stat, Basic, and down at the bottom we can see where it says correlation right here. My variable is now correlation value is a calculation. So my requirement here is that both variables are numerical, which they are, and the order in which I enter them does not matter. Although I typically will add the X in first because we get some graphs with this. So I will put in height first, then weight second. Anytime you're going to get a graph out and it just has variables in general, you always put in the x-axis or the horizontal axis variable first, and your graph will be accurate. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and click OK here. So we'll see our little graph, which is the same graph that we just got. And of course, you can use this. You could see right down here at the bottom of this graph, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. You can see it gives me my R value, but I'm just going to scroll down and get my R value right here under correlations. So we could see our R value is 0.595. All right. The next thing I want to do here is I want to take a look to get the regression equation. So that's the equation of the line of best fit that will go right through the middle of these points. So this is under stat regression. Then we will go into regression again here, and I'm going to fit the regression model. Now, when I'm fitting my regression model, I need to tell Minitab which one is X and which one's Y. Remember, Y is the response, so that is the weight, which will go under here, the response. Then the second box, continuous predictor, will be height, and that is X. My categorical predictors we're not going to use, so we can just not think about that one. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and click OK here. You could see right away on the top, I have my regression equation right here. This equation is the equation of the line of best fit. So it's Y equals, now I have negative 106.3 plus 3.94 height. So remember, height is X. So think about the equation that we usually get in algebra, which is Y equals mx plus b. This just has a swapped order where it's Y equals my B, which is my y-intercept, which is the negative 106.3 plus my mx. Okay, so my slope of the line is 3.94. So just keep that in mind when you're using this feature, that the order in which your slope and your y-intercept are given are just swapped from what we're used to. Okay, now I just want to show you a couple other things here. Under this coefficient section, if you look here, you can see the coefficients, which is just the number in front. So constant means it's just my y-intercept, height is my x. Okay, so that's a nice place to get those. Then also below here in the model summary, we can see the r squared value right here at 35.40. Now remember, you can also get your r squared value by getting your correlation value and just squaring that, since we're looking at the least squares regression line.